Hey guys, happy October. If you hear the dishwasher in the background, that's because the dishwasher is running in the background. I've literally filmed this video a million times, and every time I say something wrong or it's too depressing, so I'm literally just going to say it fact for fact, what I know, so on and so forth, with a tad bit of sympathy on the tail end. I am not working at Wilderness Lodge as often as I would like, due to some, we'll just say, unforeseen circumstances. Nobody did anything wrong. I'm just throwing that out there. I didn't do anything wrong. No one did anything wrong. But just due to some unforeseen circumstances, I am going to be what's called deployed more often than working at Wilderness Lodge. That just means that I'm going to be working in Karate Crew or other resorts that need me. I've been working at Caribbean Beach a lot more often, so it looks like it's going to be Caribbean Beach, a little bit of Wilderness Lodge, and maybe some Karate Crew thrown in there. And that is going to be my life until further notice, quite literally. I'm hoping that they will need more people at Wilderness Lodge sooner than later, or maybe someone will transfer or something, so I can kind of get more shifts there, but we will see. That's just the truth of the matter. This happened weeks ago, actually, from when you're seeing this. It did hurt really bad when I found out, but moving on from that, actually seems very small compared to what has happened recently. If you do not know, Disney has laid off many different cast members who are still furloughed, including seasonal cast members, or I believe all seasonal cast members, and quite a few part-timers, which that kind of was a shock to me. This does include a lot of different entertainment for different shows and special events that a lot of you might be used to seeing. There's I'm sure lists and things online, people talking about it, and I'm sure more will be revealed as time goes on. All we really need to know and need to remember in this sense is that, have our hearts and thoughts and prayers go out to all those poor cast members who now no longer have a job at the most magical place. A lot of those cast members had been working for Disney for a very long time, and being a cast member who's been working for Disney for 6 years, put my heart and soul into it to just be kind of cut that quickly. And it's not even being cut that quickly. Honestly, all of us kind of knew that this was coming. We just were waiting for it to happen. And now that it's happened, it's just, it hurts a lot more than we expected because it's more real. But just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Today I'm filming this, it's October 1st, and it's Magic Kingdom's birthday, or Walt Disney World's birthday rather. And all I can think of is looking back at all the different posts and things in the past, is that back then it was more of a celebration of what Walt brought to Florida and what he created and all the awesome memories that I've made in this magical place. But today all I can think of is all of the awesome cast members and the many, 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 many years that they've put into creating those opportunities for us to have those magical memories. A lot of people think that magic just kind of happens, or it's just a random magical experience. And although to a certain point, sometimes that does happen, but more often than not, a lot of things behind the scenes are planned. A lot of that magic is planned. It doesn't just happen. It's either choreographed one way or another. And that requires a lot of teamwork amongst not just other departments, but amongst people. And a lot of times, all it takes is one or two people to say, hey, let's do this awesome thing for this person, just because they want to. And that comes from awesome people that just happen to be called cast members. I'm going to cry now that I'm thinking about this, and I didn't want to do that. My heart goes out to all of them, and I hope that everyone, whether you're watching this and you are a cast member, you were a cast member, or you're just a fan of Disney World, whatever, I hope you think back on the memories that you've made at Disney, whether it was Disney World or Disneyland, and think not that like, oh, that was such a great experience, like I'll always remember that was the best birthday ever or whatever. Like I want you to think like a lot of people made that happen. And it's quite possible a lot of, and this is also sadder to think about, but it's possible a lot of the people that made that happen just lost their jobs. So I'm not saying to feel like bad for them. I'm not saying that it's wrong what's going on, because like the situation that everyone is in 2020 just sucks in general. And I feel like there's no right or easy decision to be made in any of this. And I am even, a lot of us are thinking like, who's next, basically. So like a lot of things are in the air. A lot of things are kind of, you know, who knows what's going to happen. But like, I want you to think about your favorite Disney memory. And I want you to like either think about or just pray about or just be grateful for those people that made that magic happen, because it's possible that they might have just lost their job, which is really sad. But anyway, I do want to kind of throw some, I guess, some positivity into this, kind of more focused on, I don't know, something different. I'm going to now put clips of me finishing my first Caribbean Beach shift. That was something that I was very nervous and worried that I wasn't going to enjoy and get along with, and spoiler alert, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's very different from Wilderness Lodge. They're both like have their pros and cons, honestly. Of course, I'm drawn more to Wilderness Lodge because I've worked there longer and they're more of a family to me than the people at Caribbean Beach. But Caribbean Beach may potentially be kind of like an adopted family or like a step family in a sense. But anyway, here is that footage. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Go do something today that makes you feel happy. Today's my Friday, so I'm going to try and just enjoy the rest of my day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hello. So I just finished my first shift at Caribbean Beach. Totally thought that I was going to be doing activities, was like totally prepared for it. Turns out that it was a rover shift. It was just later than I was expecting. So, because all my shifts are like very similar, only being off by like 30 minutes. So I wasn't sure like what was a rover shift, what wasn't, so on and so forth. So I've only been to the Caribbean Beach once, maybe twice, but I believe it was once, and it was a long time ago. It was when Jared and I went to Sebastian's, which has thus been closed. But like I don't remember us going very far because Caribbean Beach was very much under construction at the time. And I did not realize how big it is. It's like very large. Now, I wouldn't say it's Saratoga Springs large, but it's also spread out over a lake, which makes it feel bigger than it possibly may be. Anywho, so what I ended up doing is there's like 6 pools, I want to say 6 quiet pools and 1 large pool. I could be off by like 1 or 2 over there. And so if you're the rover, you bike around to each pool, cleaning each pool every 30 minutes. There was 2 of us, so we split the pools. I had Aruba and Jamaica, which I sang Kokomo all day, so it was a thing. And at certain times during the morning and certain times at night, they have you like do counts, which I thought was interesting. But there was a moment, a good 20, I don't even know how long it was. It felt like so long, where I worked the main pool, which by the way, I love their pool. Their pirate pool is so cool. There's a lot of people here. I don't know if it's because of the Skyliner or if maybe it's because it's right next to Riviera, because I definitely drove through Riviera with my bike, and it's the first time I've ever been to Riviera. I absolutely love it. It has an Italian, Spanish like vibe to it. I love the little swirls and details. I got a glance at the like murals of like Tangled and Peter Pan, and it was so pretty. Like I definitely want to explore that resort more because I've never been there before. But like I do like some parts of Caribbean Beach. I think it's cool that it's attached to the Skyliner, because I do think the Skyliner transportation is cool. I personally don't like being on it when it's stopped because it makes me nervous, especially because it was really windy today. But I do like the Caribbean Beach. I just don't like how crazy busy the main area is. Like it was
so busy. Like more so than Wilderness Lodge typically is. So if you're going to stay Caribbean Beach, that's a warning for you. But I didn't hate it. Like, I love riding bikes and I love driving around on a bike, and I've been wanting a bike for the longest time, but because we live high up in an apartment, there's no like great space for me to park my bike and store my bike. And there's also really nowhere around that I could really bike to that's close enough distance. But I had so much fun biking around today, and I had like my cleaning stuff, my rag, my radio, my water bottle, my rain jacket, because it did rain a little bit today. And I think that was about it. Oh, and my map clipboard in my little basket, and I was just driving around, and it was just loving life. That, and today was the first day of autumn, and it was gorgeous outside. Like, it did not feel like Florida today, and I thank God for that, because it was a beautiful night, and I'm recovering from a head cold. I'm probably gonna feel this tomorrow, but on a typical Florida day, I would have overheated today, and it was so nice today, and there was a moment where I wasn't feeling that great, but like the cool air helped cool me down, and it was great, and I loved it. So I haven't had an activity shift yet, but now that I know how busy the pool is, I know what to expect game-wise, so there's that. They also have kind of like a makeshift schedule that you can kind of plan on your own, which I really do like. I think that's really cool. I did get to talk to the children's activities poolside cast member and kind of get a vibe for what to expect. But yeah, I'm not too upset that I have to work here. I don't, like, the coordinators were nice. What I got to see of the manager, one of the managers, he was nice. Their break room's a little small, but their cafeteria, like the food stand that they have, is like right there, so that's very convenient. But yeah, they're really casual. They're just like, let us know where you're going. Whereas like Wilderness Lodge, they're very strict about your rover shifts because you have one main pool and they don't want you wandering around too much. But yeah, there's like pros and cons to both places, but Wilderness Lodge has my family, so I prefer Wilderness Lodge, but it's not the end of the world if I get here. That, and I've also had a long conversation with one of my friends, or a couple of my friends that are in the credit crew, the part-timers that we just got back, and about like what it's like to work in different parks, and like what the vibe is, what the managers expect of you, what it's like to work at the credit crew and transportation, ticketing center, and so on and so forth. So I do feel more comfortable about that as well, because I did feel uncomfortable about working there and not knowing the area. And yeah, I've had some time to think about it, and so like I've had almost a week actually to think about it. So I feel more comfortable about it all. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to go home, eat some leftovers, snuggle my kitty cats, which are both sick. I don't know if hopefully they won't still be sick when you're seeing this. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Wear a mask. Wear your mask. Please, please wear a mask. Oh, the amount of times I had to say that today.